Hey Jessica, Ryan here. Thought I would step in and help to answer this question regarding a little bit of imposter syndrome when it comes to your pricing. Are you pricing too much? Are you pricing too little? Are you scaring away prospects because you're pricing too much based on what is out there in the market? So there's really two things that I look at when pricing is considered. Number one is your cost. And when you're working in the software space, your costs are going to be higher because the quality of your content, the quality of your work needs to be at another level, because software companies are not dumb. They understand what good content looks like. So it's not one of these spaces where you want to be in the race to the bottom in terms of who you're getting to do the work, the writers. You don't want to be paying somebody $50 and then charging $200 because that model's just not going to work. So you're going to have to basically kind of find what the market value is for really good writers, which is going to be a couple $100s per post. And again, that number can go up or down depending on how much work you give them. If you're having the writer do all the keyword research and all the content research, then that number is going to be higher. But if your agency is handling the strategy and the keyword research and you're giving them content briefs, then you can get that number to go down. And again, the quality of content when it comes to software is incredibly important. So that's number one, is that understanding what your baseline costs are and then essentially tacking on the desired margin on top of that. We usually aim for 50% over on top of what the cost of goods sold is. So for example, if it was costing us $500 per article, then we'd usually want to charge around $1,000 just around where you are. That's number one. Number two, and this is even more important, this is why the traffic projection analysis is so important. This is what we do with every single proposal that we send out. It's incredibly impactful, but it's also incredibly important because what it does is it anchors our price against an expected result. And that's where a lot of marketers, especially SEOs, go wrong. A lot of SEOs are pricing or treating their business like it's a design or development agency, meaning an expense line in a spreadsheet. Oh, well, it's going to take us 10 hours at $300 an hour, so therefore it's going to be $3,000. We don't want to get into that space because then you're trading time for money. Then you almost become an employee of your client, which is not what you want to get into. Then they're looking at the number of hours that you're billing. But it's a whole mess, right? What we want to be is in that value space, right? The value that you create is where a lot of your pricing and margin comes from. And that is, again, why this traffic projection analysis is so important. And you can modify this if you're only doing content, which I believe that you are, which is what is the expected return, right? Think of this marketing as an investment, not as an expense line. If you can do that and you can build your proposal and your system around this, your deals close are going to 10x overnight because people aren't going to see this as, again, an expense line that they have to balance and extend as an investment, which is if I put up $1 into your services, how much should I expect and when should I expect it? And that's really the mindset and the frame that you want to be positioning your proposals and your pitching against. And if you can do that, you don't have to feel bad about anything. Number one, this is a business. You're looking out for yourself, your team, your people. Of course, your clients matter, but at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world. You got to fend for yourself out here. So don't feel bad about any of this. Trust me. The fact that you are in here answering these questions and asking these questions and being involved shows me that you care. You don't fall into one of those categories of shady agencies. So please don't feel bad about what you're doing. People are willingly paying you because they need the service and you can provide it to them, right? And on top of that, if you can shift this to understanding the value, the impact that your content drives for clients in terms of traffic, and then you just times that by conversion rate. And that's really the core of what this traffic projection is just looking at how much traffic you can drive and then timesing that by conversion rates. You should be doing the same thing with your content. And if you can illustrate that, communicate that, then clients are going to be willing to pay you 10 grand, 100 grand, $1 million, because if you can demonstrate that every dollar they put in returns Y dollars in revenue or X in traffic, then that's a situation that you want to be in. So that's my answer here. Never, ever, ever feel bad. Never doubt yourself. Again, the fact that you're putting in the time day in, day out. I see you ask questions here every day. Trust me, you're miles above the rest. You care, and you're constantly iterating, making your service better. There is no end destination when it comes to a service. It's something that you're constantly iterating and making better. And that's one of the reasons why people want to pay you, because they know that you are better than them and you are taking more time and attention and care into their content, their SEO than they are, and that's why they have you there, right? So don't doubt yourself. 1, 2, understand your costs, and 3, understand your impacts. And if you can do that, it'll be day and night for you. And if you have any follow-up questions, please let me know. Peace out.